on Saturday, April 5th, that was now 9 months ago, Satan tried to kill me, right? But God had other plans. And I am right to think of that way. I know my enemy. The only way that he can shut me up to make me dead. And there's only one guy can save me alive, and that's God. Only one God. He can always say who lives and who dies. So here it goes. And the first month was kind of shaky. But by the time it was finished, at least 4 miracles had prevailed to keep me alive. And here is what happened. Well, the very first day, this is Terry, my wife. Raise your hand up high. And what I will do is when I have finished, I want to say you have to, if you have a question, you may give it to Terry because, you know, I was out for 9 days. And, man, I'll tell you, this girl, she's my wife. Well, it so happens that Terry was at a women's retreat. Well, I was doing things on Saturday. I had to go to town and country, and I stopped at the hospital to see Fuan. So I was doing, and what happened? Terry comes home. I said, well, why'd you come? And she said, well, I took a student that had to leave early, and I wanted to make, so I figured it wouldn't hurt me to take a nap. So I said, well, that's fine. If we can just both take a nap, and then we can go out walking. He says, so, that's good. Well, I went downstairs, I put the computer off and locked the doors and blah, blah, blah. And I went to the bathroom, and then when I came out, Terry is slow to falling asleep, and that's good. Because I came out and I said, Terry, I don't know, something is wrong about me. I don't feel weird. And she says, well, what do you feel like? Well, my arm, I can't even lift it. And she says, what? And I feel like everything. She said, well, come sit down and I'll take your blood pressure. Well, she did, and she had a wow. She said, I don't know what she saw on there, but, you know, she said, we could go to the hospital right now. And I was thinking, well, I have to get trained. She says, forget about it. So by then, I couldn't even go down the stair without her help. She took me to the car, and we were going on the way to the hospital. She was calling, I don't know, different people, and he called the emergency room and said so many facts, like she was an ambulance driver. And all the time that I was there, I started praying, and scriptures coming out. By then, all I had was I kept my head up to the window, but that was it. I was just like this, like you're the guy on The Princess Bride. That's That's right. Wesley. Oh, Wes. So that's me. I was like that. So we go all the way to the hospital, and fortunately, Dr. Hoyman was right there outside. Well, Don is having a stroke. I need his help. Well, at that point, he picked me up, and I must have been supernatural trained. I mean, how they did it, I don't know. and we were going in, and so after that, really nothing about for 9 years. I was in there, and I remember trying to speak to somebody. Maybe it was Naomi, and I couldn't think. I was saying things, but I don't know. One that took me off, and when the cath lab, then that's it. I chose, and that's it. I couldn't be for 9 days. But let me say, if Terry had not come home, it's a matter of simple. I would have been at least a vegetable, let it all alone say that she was crucial in getting me to a timely way to the hospital. Well, that was the first. And then there was, now I said there was 10 days, and I was in a coma. I may be coming out but none of it, I couldn't be sure. I wasn't, it was, as long as I know, I was out. And Terry prayed when I was in a coma. And because she learned that it was a bleed, not well, what they call this ischemic, but it was, and they took her to the, well, she knew her way around the hospital because she was there for so long. And they went and showed her my area, and it was like about, about all your head that big, So quite a large, let's say, massive bleed. And of course, it struck Terry very hard. And she said, she didn't say much of anything, but she said how she prayed to God, and I will take of that a little bit, but remember that. Because God showed me what Terry was praying. But we'll go back on that a little bit. Let me go on another. Now there was 3 days when I woke up, and I was just, something was different for me. I could say the Holy Spirit, just how they could, I don't know, it was beyond me. I don't know. It was like, I had no idea I was in the hospital. Now, even that, I could look at the room and I could sit on the bed, but it didn't matter. It didn't make a connection that I was in the hospital or that I had any problem. All I knew is that all kinds of people will come and see me. And I said, fine, hey, fine. And what was happening to me is, like I would say with you guys came in, and they were saying everything, and I was going, meow, 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 meow. I didn't have any speech. And everything I said made sense to me, but it didn't make any sense to anybody. I got a you in here. Wait till the end.